Good morning. Happy Monday. Whew, happy Monday. Here we go, guys. This is Lisa Kaye, just for today. Whew, it is a beautiful Monday morning. I am running around this morning. I don't know about you, but had a really full weekend this weekend and got a really full day today. So just kind of recouping. I'm just so glad that I made a decision to do this early morning. It really has kept me in line and kept me on top of my game with my own recovery work because it's been really easy this morning to sleep in and not do what I normally do. So I'm glad for this beautiful morning too because it's a great reminder for me how grateful I am for nature and the birds and the flowers and my ability that my great grandmother and my grandmother passed down to me about planting flowers and the meaning of flowers and all those great things. And so I love doing that. So I get to come out here and just chill out and relax and catch up because I have been running ever since I got up this morning trying to pull myself together. It was a great week for Promise Resource Network. It was a great weekend for Promise Resource Network. If you hadn't had a chance, guys, go search us out on the internet. We had several local news crews on there. Good morning, Aaron, and whoever else is out there. Let me know you're out there. We did our ribbon cutting for our respite. If you don't know what a respite is, I'm not going to go into that this morning, but just simply it's a way to for PRN to extend our heart and our love um, to folks who want an alternative when they're feeling some distress. Um, not to go to the hospital being their first go to have another alternative where it is very healing and family oriented, home oriented. It doesn't like a hospital, and the staff or peers who have had those same experiences. So I challenge you to learn more about what I'm talking about. It's our newest program that's getting kicked up and get started. Look into that. Check out the news. We were on there. Aaron Wells was on there. They had a little clip of me too. So um, go in there and take a look and see what we're doing. Also, kudos to Miss Ariel. She did our second annual 5K Saturday. I didn't race in it. I was going to, but I decided I would, since I work for PRN, I'd let somebody else win. Yeah, anyway, so that was a great event too. So just a busy weekend. I don't know about you, but most of us always have busy weekends. This seemed really short for me, but it's okay. So today's Monday. Last week we started out with Happy Monday, not being sarcastic about it. Um, so I wanted to start our week out this week with something to think about just for today. And just for today, in case you're on and haven't been a part of this, or you come on later and watch it after it's over because it's taped. Just for today is a slogan that's used in the recovery rooms. And there's many slogans that kind of help keep us in line or help keep us, our minds in serenity. And just for today meant a lot to me. And it was probably my greatest or the best slogan that I just kept holding on to, and and I still do. So I'm a person in long term, really long term recovery. I'm on the family side of the disease of addiction, which is part of my lived experience, just part of my story, but a huge part of my story that I still am walking strong in, and still every day, some days really gasping for air because my loved ones are my children, and I'm not ashamed of that, and I'm not ashamed of my story or my family, and I believe that I have a strong family and resilient family, And I continue to use my story to help others. I don't believe I should be silent or ashamed of what's going on in my family, not to tell my family's business. I only go so far with it. But I think that the folks who work with me or choose to let me support them need to know my lived experience and why I have my own Lisa isms and why I walk the way I walk or sometimes struggle the way I struggled. So enough of that. But anyway, that just for today was a slogan that I worked on and I carried with me as I worked the 12 steps in Al Anon, how to sponsor and all those good things. And so I continue to use my recovery material. And so today is no different. So today I kept, well, last night, I started working on what I wanted to bring to y'all. And then this morning, it was totally something different. Something different spoke to me this morning because I know for myself what's ahead of me, or I think I know what's ahead of me. At least I got some sort of plan. So, and it's getting humid out here. So I hope you dress appropriately today. Don't let this morning fool you because it's already starting to build out up here in South Carolina. And I'm sure it's going to be the same in Charlotte. So, or wherever you are. So this morning, I just really spoke to me about my day and what's going to be going on in my day and actually even in my week. And so what I had prepared just didn't seem suitable today. Um, so what I'm bringing to you this morning is just for today. I want you to consider something that you may not want to consider for a lifetime, a week or a month, but maybe just today. That's what the slogan means, that you would take a concept, a story, anything that you hear this morning, whether it's from me or someone else, that you would consider it, even if it's just for today, because hopefully you'll find value in it. Or something will come out of it that you might could carry for a lifetime to keep building on your recovery. So just for today, we're going to talk about keeping your mouth shut. Silence. Think before you speak. The use of silence. I'm a chatty Cathy. Those of you who know me know that. I love to talk. I'm an only child, so getting around humans. So I was raised pretty much one of the latchkey kids. So come home from school, and that's where I stayed, right? And couldn't really come out and do a lot until my parents got home, and it was very limited. So I learned to be a chatty Cathy when I got around anybody because I talked to myself, talked to my little stuffed animals and things like that growing up, and now I talk to my dogs. I talk to anything that I think is listening. Sometimes I just talk to the universe and I answer it. I answer myself sometimes, and because I feel like I'm sometimes my best friend. Sometimes I'm the only one that gets me sometimes, and it's okay. But there is a use for silence, and I feel like this week I may need to, it's my higher power is bringing this to my attention because may need to be listening more than talking. So important events, important things that I'll be a part of this week that I feel like are pretty important at work, especially I need to listen more. So I don't know if this will be for you this morning, but just for today, can we talk a little bit about silence and the use of it? So I'm going to read to you a few little things out of my recovery material and see what you think about it. So let me know you're out there. Chat with me about it. I got Mr. Aaron Wells on this morning, checking everything out. This is why you plant people so well. Oh, goodness. You have practice planting. I do have practice planting for sure. But I am also a result of someone planting in me. And I could go on for days about who those folks are. And but because of that, I'm sitting here today and I'm able to continue to plant from my grandparents to my mother and father and now my recovery champions continue to plant in me. So I have had practice, but I've also had great modeling and giving back what's been given to me. Good morning, Miss Kim. Thank you. Hope you have an awesome day too. We'll see you at work in a little bit. And we got Miss Nikki on. Good morning to you, Nikki. Glad you're on this morning. Hope you're feeling good this morning. So silence. Really hard for us chatty Cathys, right? Or we are the folks who feel something, got to say something. I feel it, better say it. It happened, I'm going to say something, you know? And sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it's not. But today I feel led to just share with you the use of silence and why we need, even if it's just for today, to consider the importance of silence. So I'm going to read to you a couple things from my recovery material that I think you will find helpful. Let's see. Okay. It's kind of cloudy this morning. I don't have a whole lot of light, so forgive me. So one of the slogans is a single word in the rooms, in the recovery rooms. So if you're part of the recovery rooms, NA, AA, Al-Anon, you're going to know this. And it's the simple slogan, one word, think. How do I do that if all I do is talk? Mm-hmm. I can benefit from the steps and the slogans and the ideas from the different recovery rooms and things that we pour into ourselves. But we can only benefit from those things if we think about what's being said to us. I can learn from others only if I learn to keep silent and think about what I'm hearing. Too many times when we are silent, we're silent because, we're listening, but we're not. We're really thinking about what we're going to say back. We're not really thinking about what the person's saying, and we miss it. So, what our reading also wanted to bring attention to is the compulsive talkers among us. You may be one of those. I can be sometimes. Are those um, who learn the least, whether they're in school, whether they're in the recovery rooms, whether they're a supervisor or a part of an event. The compulsive talking keeps people from hearing the words, hearing the message that's being put out there. So, just for today, as a reminder, I will construct my share of the conversation thoughts fully, remembering that its purpose is to help someone else as well as to help me think more clearly. I will listen to others and I wish I could see better out here. and, and extract helpful, enlightening ideas from what they say. I pray to acquire the habit of listening. I pray to acquire the habit of listening. We say a lot in peer support, I actively listened. Did you? Did you really? When we are parts of conversations, can we just think just a minute, are we dominating the conversation? When someone speaks with us, do we listen? Something to think about this morning. So, just a few more little passages out of my recovery material about think. Think today. So for Monday, can this be Think Monday? I know that I'm going to be in front of some people this morning that I am going to talk a little bit, but I need to listen a bit, a lot more than I talk, because it is about a position, right? It's about something going on within my work. It's really, really important that I listen to what's being said by the other person to see what questions I have, or if it's really a good thing for what we're trying to do. Lots of things that I will be, in fact, everything that I'm doing today at work, I need to listen more and talk less. So I don't know about you. Maybe this word is for you this morning as well. There was a time, there goes a logging truck, excuse it, it's kind of loud. There was a time when if a thought entered my mind, it automatically came out of my mouth, even if I wasn't sure that what I was saying was true. The words poured out of me. So, in the recovery rooms and in different places, and hopefully just for today, we can actually consider, does that happen to you? And can we think before we speak? When I am tempted to respond to angry accusations with accusations of my own, I stop and think. When I have an urge to betray a confidence, to gossip, or to tell something extremely personal to a total stranger, I stop and think. And when my opinion about another person's business has not been requested, I take the time to think before I get involved. The way I make a conscious choice about how I will respond. Perhaps I will decide to say nothing, or choose a more tactful way to proceed, or question whether I really mean what I have been thinking. I may decide that this is not an appropriate place to discuss what is on my mind, or I may choose to go right ahead and speak up in a very direct manner. Regardless of which opinion I select, today I am willing to accept the consequences of my actions because I have taken the time to make a choice. So today, just for today, remember, today I will let my words serve my best interest. I will choose them with care. I don't let my mouth say nothing my head can't stand. So think about that a minute. I don't let my mouth say something my head can't stand. So words, when they're kind of like toothpaste, you've heard that before. You squirt them out, can't put them back. I've said this before. You have the right to stop and think. You really do. You have a right to actually get up if you don't know what to say, but you're feeling very empowered or emotional. You have the right to get up and say, I'll be back. Right? You have the right to do that. This isn't a fire. You don't have to grab the extinguisher. Your mouth can be a piece of hope, a mouthpiece of hope, so to speak. But it also can be and a fire extinguisher. But it also can ignite a fire, and it also can hurt, and it also can be judgmental. And if it's not put in the right place at the right time with good intentions, it's waste. And it can be very hurtful, not only to someone, but to yourself. Sometimes we have to decide that this isn't the right place or time. It's not the right space to say it. During a family reunion, it's really not time to go ahead and tell somebody how you feel sometimes, right? um, Maybe it is, but just be mindful just for today, where you are today when you go to open that mouth. How about thinking a minute before you respond? Are you capable of doing that? Have you ever thought about just thinking before you speak? Give yourself time, give yourself grace. You can control what comes out of your mouth. You can't control what comes out of someone else's, but you can mindfully, intentionally today walk through your day with the word think, 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 think before you walk into a meeting, before you make a phone call, or pick up the phone to answer. You don't always have to answer if you're not in a good space to listen. Don't let your mouth say nothing your head can't stand. Sometimes we do. But today, can we kind of enter this Monday with the word think being our driving force? Okay. All right. Let's see. One more passage I wanted to read to you, and then we're going to look at the chats and have some final words and then get on with our day. This is just a 30-minute, around 30-minute chat, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just for today to start out our day with something to think about, even if it's just for that day. The slogan "think" always puzzled me. Wasn't it my stinking thinking that got me into trouble? The meaning of the slogan remained a mystery until I heard a neighbor's child reciting some safety rules he learned at school. Stop, look, and listen. Before I get into trouble, before I open my mouth to react or get lost in obsessive analysis of another person's behavior or worrying about the future, I can stop. Then I can look at what is going on and my role in it. Is it any of my business, right? What is your role? Then I can listen for spiritual guidance that will remind me of my options and help me find healthy words and actions. So when something unkind is said to me, I don't automatically have to get into a loud and vicious argument. Instead, I can take a moment to think. I can stop and look and listen. Then I might be able to engage calmly in discussion or simply walk away. If I do choose to enter the argument, at least I am now making this decision consciously rather than letting life decide for me. So, just for today, this day is a beautiful room that's never been seen before. I want you to think about that. Your day today is the most beautiful room you've ever seen or created. Today is your room. I want you to see that in your mind right now. Let me cherish the seconds, minutes, and hours I spend there. Picture your room. This is your day. May we cherish every single second of it. Help me think before I speak and pray before I act. This day is a beautiful room that's never been seen before. Let me cherish the seconds, minutes, and hours I spend here. Help me think before I speak and pray before I act. So, just for today, can we walk through our day knowing that we're in the most beautiful room ever created and seen, and it's really never been seen before? Every sight, sound, and conversation is new. So, can we stop and think? Can we hold on to this day, this Monday? Listen more, speak less, and think. We owe it to ourselves most of all. There's nothing worse than letting your mouth run away and your mind's going, no, 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 no. And your mouth is just blah, 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 blah. And then you can't pull it back. And you go, wow, if I could have just sat in that a minute, I would have thought differently, because was it even worth my comments? And now I'm in an argument and now I'm not heard. You know the role. You've been there. You've done that. So for today, this Monday, can we enter Monday thinking more, speaking less, really listening? Listening to hear, not listening to respond. There's a lot said about having 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? But also you've got this big brain up here to think with. And it can help you if you go in with the right attitude today on a Monday, if you think about what you're about to say, or think about it's okay to say nothing. But use your brain today, guys. I know it's foggy out here where I am, and it's a Monday, and it's coming off a weekend, or maybe you got some troubles in your life, or maybe you're anxious about what you're going to be doing today. But whatever that is, guys, give yourself grace, relax, and think. The use of silence today. The use of silence. That is a tool, silence. Silence can be one of your most strongest tools that you have in your toolbox. Let's get it out today, dust it off, and see how to use it in our day today. Let's see who we got out there. It's got something to say. Good morning, Miss Erin. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Also have Jay on this morning. Thank you for a great program. You are so welcome, Jay. Glad you're on there. Hope you keep coming back. Erin says the sound of observation. What are you saying? Observance. Excuse me. I cannot see out here yet. The sound of observance can be done in awe and silence. Absolutely, it can. If you can just see, I need to get better contacts or stronger glasses or something out here. Yeah, observance. There is power in observing. It really is. And it's power in thinking about what you're observing and what you're hearing. We miss so many beautiful moments and nuggets when we talk so much. We're listening but we're not. So I don't know what's ahead of you this morning, but I hope that you can go in with a great attitude about just thinking and kind of using that silence. You pull your tool out of silence. It is a great tool in your toolbox. Is silence. So many people don't understand that. Sometimes I don't. I've utilized my tool of silence more and more as I navigate some things in my own personal life, and it truly is helpful. It gives me a chance to think. It gives me a chance to really observe and to really go, is this how I feel? I have options. When I am silent, I think about my own options. When you put your mouth out there first before you think, you kind of take some of your options away, depending on the circumstances and who you're talking to, right? And we can go on and on about that, but you owe it to yourself to think. Nobody is pressuring you today to speak before you're ready. That silence can be a really good tool for you today. It practices the listening skills. And whatever you're doing today, guys, whoever you're in front of, I hope that you will hear the message. I hope you will hear the things that you need to hear today to make good decisions at work, within your family. Listen to your kids, guys. We're about to go back to school. I spent yesterday with one of my granddaughters, my oldest granddaughter. She'll be 16. Oh, this fall. She's my oldest. And I really did that yesterday. I listened more to her a lot of times I try to pour a lot into them because, I'm grandma, I'm Lily, so I have all these things I need to say to them. But yesterday I didn't. I listened more. And that's where I started. That's where my just for today come from this morning, because I was reflecting on my day with her yesterday and how wonderful it was. And I realized that I was listening more and talking less and really listening to hear her and what was important to her and what in her 15-year-old life she needs. And it was wonderful. So hopefully today you can go out through your day to day, think more, bring out that silence tool, be more observant, and see what's out there this morning. I don't believe you'll be nearly as tired. I think you'll gain some wisdom and some insight that you can put into practice. And I believe this is one of those tools that are one of those just for today topics that you may want to consider more than just for today. So if you journal, I would like to challenge you to journal as I did this morning about silence and what silence means to you, and when you can utilize your tool of silence. So journal about that. Think about some things that you could benefit from talking less, listening more, and thinking. How many more options we could have if we don't let our mouth get out in front of us and we let our brain start the process instead of the mouth. There you go. That's part of my problem. The mouth wants to get kick started before the brain's actually fired up. about what my options are. So it's kind of a retraining if you're a chatty Cathy or you're a person that reacts instead of responds. Some of that's from our trauma, some of that's from our upbringing, but whatever that is, just for today, can we think more, talk less, listen more intensely, observe more? Maybe if you journal this evening, talk about what you were able to see that maybe you weren't able to see or hear if you'd not been mindful of this, right? Well, guys, it has been a wonderful 30 minutes. Want to keep it at 30 minutes as much as possible because I want this to be a doable thing for you and for me on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, just to give you something to think about just for today. I'd love to hear from you. If you watch later, after we come off, please, you can continue to chat and I will see them and we'll keep talking about it. Um, please share this. There's somebody other than us, 7 or 8 of us, that need to think more, speak less this morning. You may know who those people are. They're most likely on your social media. But our friends and our family, we kind of know pretty well. This is a concept. So just put it out there on your social media, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you're using. Just share this so others can actually realize that silence is a great and mighty tool that we can use. And it is more powerful than a lot of tools that we have. So just for today, think and the use of silence. Can we do this for today? I'd love to hear how it went today. I pray you have a beautiful day as you travel on to work, to play, to whatever. I just hope it's a great start to your work week. It is Monday. Go in with a great attitude. And maybe if you're not drinking coffee this morning, didn't have enough coffee, didn't have enough sleep, whatever that is, just realize that just for today, you can give your mouth a break, let your brain work a little bit and your ears work a little bit, and just give yourself options. Drink more coffee. You can't talk when you're drinking coffee or tea, whatever it is. Go have a great breakfast this morning. Give yourself time to think, plan your day. Good morning, Miss Darlene. Glad to see you on this morning. Guys, I love you. Remember, PRN, we are here. We are open. And there's our welcome desk number. If you need to contact us, we're open Monday through Friday. And you can get Miss Kim Porter on the phone, and she will direct you to whatever it is you need or to one of us that you need to talk to. Feel free to do that anytime. We'll be there. We'll give you a call back, or Miss Kim will help you. Remember our warm line, guys, y'all. It is a phenomenal thing that we started. It's an extension of PRN, a way for us to be out there 24/7 doing peer support, which is mainly listening, to see what people are up against, what they need to talk about. Share this warm line. It's free, confidential, 24/7, run by PRN, peer support specialists, who are there to listen and share their own lived experiences, um, and just sit with you as you talk through maybe what you're going through, what you're experiencing, no matter what it is. But guys, write that number down, keep it close to you, and also share this. It's been a great morning. It's been a beautiful morning so far. Go out and have a great day. I'd love to hear from you guys. Keep chatting if you watch later. I'd love to hear how your tool of silence went today. If you were able to pull it off, I know I'm sure going to try. But I got to run, guys. It's a little after 7. I got to head to Charlotte. Got some great things to do today where I'm going to listen more, think more, and talk less. So anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you for coming on. We'll see you Wednesday at 6:30. Um, please look at our calendar. We got some new fresh things coming on for August. If you haven't taken a peek for that, today's the 9th. I mean, we're getting into August, so there's still great things on our calendar, new things on our calendar you really don't want to miss. Some of it's live, some of it's virtual. So check us out. If you got any questions, give Miss Kim Porter a call, and she'll help you figure it out or get you to one of us. Guys, have a great Monday. We'll see you Wednesday. Love you.